You've been under a rock, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all.
You're
I saw
fucking
something that like 2
Kevin.
weeks ago. They were like, "Oh my god, your black card is
I'm
gone." I'm
about to say,
like,
what do you identify as,
That's
Q?
crazy.
"Well, we didn't
You
grow up
ain't
watching a
seen
lot of
nothing.
Black,
listen.
white.
We didn't grow up watching a lot of TV. Like we just was outside climbing trees, playing sports, riding go karts. Like we didn't. I think all we watched was Jerry Springer and WWF.
We
Like that
don't.
was our
We
show.
outside. We watch Jerry Springer. Okay.
It was like late
That's
at
a
night.
wild TV schedule.
Yeah, but Jerry Springer came on every day, so that's different.
Yeah, it
Y'all
was at late
weren't
at
watching
night.
LeVar Burton or nothing. Y'all was
You're
watching
supposed to
Jerry
be
Springer.
asleep.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Fucking reading Rainbow and shit. You just said fuck that nigga.
Well, give us
That's why.
one movie that you've seen that can help us to think you should keep your card.
What's the one with the basketball player? They got together, but he cheated. Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
actually
that don't count.
Every brother seen Love and
No,
Mike
Basketball.
used to watch that shit too.
No,
Wait.
That's not
that
a hood
count. That
classic.
absolutely
You,
count.
you know, you guys love that movie, but you see how fucked up that movie is? This girl loves
gotta
this
love
guy,
you.
gets with him, loses his virginity, tries to go above and beyond, was giving her his full attention. Then she was doing good at her sport. Then he felt away because his daddy was cheating on his wife, decided to cheat. And then he comes back in her life, and now she gotta beg to play for his
Wait.
love.
Hold on,
That's
Q.
not
Hold
the
on,
story
Q.
of Love and
That
Basketball.
movie.
Hold
That's
on,
not the
Q.
story.
Hold on. Now we about to have a love and basketball debate?
We
Seriously?
can have it, but you see how
Bro,
that
y'all about to say, can I kiss you for 3 seconds and I
if
hold
you
up my
dig
kids
deep
and
into
shit?
that movie, you see how toxic that movie is, and that's today. Like,
No, it's not. It's not toxic. The I can't believe we about to go here.
it's
All
not
right.
toxic.
It's not, because first and foremost, you forgot what happened on the college campus in which she isolated him when he needed her the most.
Thank you.
Okay,
Huh?
Mm.
when he needed
So
her
she-
to break her curfew for playing sports, but okay,
That
so
nigga
she
was
needed to
down
break
and out.
curfew to be there for him.
He was going through a lot at that time. He
Okay.
he had literally had just found out that his
His daddy
you know,
was cheating
was
on his
happening out
mommy.
with his parents and everything like that or whatever, and he needed her.
Okay, so he wanted to be put first regarding and put her second, that where she's been putting second the whole time.
No,
Right?
what it describes is what's happening today, from a relationship perspective, and that women are more concerned with what is best for them from a career perspective. They're not necessarily concerned with what's best for the group. And so what you've seen in the dynamic of that conversation, which a lot of people really don't want to have a conversation about, is that women that prioritize sports and career and all of that other type of stuff over the person that's the most meaningful to them often at times miss out on the thing that's best for them. He was the best thing for her. That's just a fact. And it wound up showing towards the end, he was the best thing for her. And so at that time, and so basically her being outside of her purpose, which if you look at the dynamic of the movie, now I'm about to break this shit down. If you look at the dynamic of the movie, right? The entire time, her parents had been trying to teach her and show her, and she disrespected her mother, and her mother was trying to show her what femininity was, right? And
Oh yeah.
she was ultimately trying to do the thing that wasn't in her best interest and go against her whole nature in order to prove something to her mother, that you don't have to be up under father, and you don't have to do what daddy told you to do, and you don't have to be chasing behind him. And her mother was like, yo, there's nothing bad about the idea that I have been a great mother. I have been dedicated to my kids. I made sure that y'all had food. I made sure that y'all dedicated yourself. I tried to show you and take you to your dance and give you the dress, and you rejected everything that I've ever taught you because you were so busy trying to do what you wanted to do and show that you was man enough and compare yourself to men. And so that thing started reflecting in what happened all throughout college, and that she wound up missing the best thing for her, and she had to fight to get back to the space that she was supposed to be in the first place. And luckily, he let her come back into his life, and then they ultimately lived happily ever after. And then he supported her after she had got back into her place. That's the real.
Then he supported her after he couldn't make
love and basketball. Everybody
then
missed
he,
it.
but then
The whole
he
movie.
supported her after he couldn't make the team anymore because he hurt
It
himself.
wasn't that he couldn't make the team. He had already become successful. He had already became the #1 pick. I'm not the #1 pick. He had already became a lottery pick. He had already made his money.
He
He was gonna be
didn't.
great.
No, his
Listen,
ego
no matter
got
how much money she made in the WNBA, it would all
Never.
of the years combined that she
None.
played, it would never compare
None.
to the amount of money that he made.
Wait, his ego got the best of him, and he decided to go into the draft early. He didn't even listen to his dad when his dad was like, "No, don't
Because
go into
he didn't
the
have
draft."
that support system
He
around him.
decided to go into the draft and become a shitty player and ride the bench. What dream did
Yeah,
he?
but he still was a lottery pick, and he still made
How
millions.
was
of
he a
dollars.
lottery pick? He sat the bench.
Yeah,
The
but
whole
you got to
was never
guarantee
qualified for
salary.
him.
You got to guarantee salary when you become a lottery pick. If you get drafted, regardless if you get injured or not, you still got guaranteed multi-million-dollar salary that goes along with it.
Oh, that makes him a lottery pick. Oh, okay, sitting the bench. Okay,
He was never qualified for the whole movie.
The 12th man on the NBA roster is making more than the highest paid WNBA player.
I mean,
That's a fact.
I guess
The
getting
highest paid NBA player is making more than the entire WNBA combined.
There you go. Up it.
I mean,
sure
that's
is.
true, but
Facts.
look at the end of the movie. Now he's on the bench
In fact,
being a housewife.
He's paying their salary. He's the one that's paying their salary for real.
So my point is that once she got into the space that was best for her, that's what then opened up the opportunity for her to blossom, right? The entire time when she was with him, if you notice, look at the symbolism in the movie. The entire time that she was with him, the entire time that she submitted to him, the entire time that she was on his team was the time that she had the best part of her life, right? It was a time that she then moved away from the thing that was best for her when she started getting confused and she started having life troubles and starts trying to figure out what it is that she wanted to do, which ultimately led her back into doing the thing that her mother and the guy was requesting for her to do in the first place. She wound up going back to what they needed them to do anyway. She was at the bank. She was dressing all up like a girl all of a sudden and everything. Then she started fighting for the man.
Yeah, she know her mom's was a pick.
She never truly followed her purpose.
And guess what? Now, every time that y'all watch that movie, y'all gonna see it differently.
Yeah, I've never heard it broken down so interestingly.
Yeah,
when I watch stuff, and I see stuff,
so
I see it differently.
Interesting.
I see it differently than everybody else.
Let's move on to the wood. Let's break down the wood now.
I just see it differently than everybody else.
I definitely see it differently now because
now that you broke it down,
for the most part, I was okay with it until he made her pick. I kind of didn't understand why he had to make her pick to miss curfew. Like, I can still be here for you and support you, but can we do this? Like, come over here, or can we just do this tomorrow morning? I didn't understand that part.
Yeah,
Well,
because he would never have done that. He would have never broke his curfew.
That's a life event. That's a life event. That was one of the most important things that had ever happened in his existence.
I get what you're saying. I'm just thinking about when while being in college, that's a loaded decision to be able to make on the spot when you look at the whole thing. Like, I get what you're saying in the grand scheme of things, but like in that moment, I think I probably be like, but why do I have? Because I'm gonna get in trouble. Like,
she was more invested in
worked her way up.
She
worked her way up in that spot. Come on, she worked her way up, and the first time she was given the opportunity to start, now here he comes. You have to choose.
See, y'all can't divest yourself.
Work for it. The girl got injured.
Yeah, y'all can't divest yourself from the mindset of what's most important. What's most important for most of y'all is your career. It's the thing that's most meaningful to you until she's seen him with another girl. Then it was a reality check. Like, wait a minute.
What? He had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend and was dancing.
It's the difference between a girlfriend and a fiance. When Tyra Banks walked in there, when Tyra Banks walked in there and said, when Tyra Banks walked in there and he said, "That's my fiance," it hit different. Then she was in her little feelings.
Oh.
and I get it. They were using extremes the whole way. Because even the mom, even though she was trying to get her to be feminine, the mom was a little. She could have calmed it down a little bit. She was mean. She was mean at times.
Yeah, she was trying to do what was.
She was dismissive. I'll say that. To me, the mom was dismissive.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Nah, man.
Nope.
I see that a lot where you got the older whether it's the mom or some older like female figure that's trying to preach that femininity, and you get the resistance, you get the I'm focused on this or that. I ain't focused on no man. I ain't focused on doing this and that. I gotta protect myself. I gotta look out for myself. I gotta da 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 da. You see that so much now. So even I don't know, that movie came out like 97 or something. I don't know, but that's like the early version of it, where, like you said, she looked at her moms like a pick-me. Like she looked at her moms like she was.
And she was
and she looked at her mom as, you're not happy. And that's the other side of this coin that I think that we're forgetting, is that I get that being in this feminine role and all of that, but there is a component of it that does make a lot of women, especially back in the day, look like they are miserable being feminine. So I think that that's the other side of it that was making it difficult for her to buy into what her mom was saying. Because like, you're not even happy.
Why are you preaching this?
No, she wasn't looking for what made her mother happy. The only thing she was looking for was her mother to support her little feminist ways, her little tomboy ways. Her mother being the way that she was is probably the thing that saved her from becoming a lesbian, to be honest with you.
Wow. There it is.
If y'all want to just get to the, she was gonna be bumping. Listen, if it wasn't for her mama, she would have been bumping uglies.
With Britney
and her sister too. Her sister was
doing the scissors,
girly, right?
And doing the scissors with a girl bumping uglies.
Hey,
if it wasn't for mama is the one that saved her life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.